All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to one of the intro videos to one of the many research groups we have here at Antioch. My name is Morgan. I am a student. I'm also a fellow here, and I'm one of the research members, a part of the Forensic Training, Research, and Practice Lab. So if you are a prospective student, welcome. Hopefully this gives you an idea of one of many different opportunities for research outside of dissertation that you can participate in. If you are a current student and you are looking for maybe an additional group or as a group instead to join, this could be one you could do. If you're interested in forensics and you're trying to look for a community of other forensically driven students, this could be the place for you. So I'm so excited to have you all. This is what we're going to be talking about today. So again, brief overview, and if you have any questions at the end, we will list the director's information so you can outreach her, ask any questions, ask to join, and whatever else comes your way. We're going to first talk about what the differences are between forensics and forensic psychology because they're two different things. Then we're going to be focusing on what the lab's mission is. So not only do we do research, but we also have this emphasis in training and mentorship in practice. So we'll kind of discuss what I mean by that. Then we're also going to be going over the lab's topics or the interests of the lab right now. Obviously, those can change depending on who's in the group. But then I'll introduce you to the team and who's all on our team, who's the director, and again, the contact information at the end. So first, we're going to be talking about forensics and what the differences are between forensics and forensic psychology, just so we can all kind of have the same meaning. So here's like a brief overview. You can read it, but essentially forensics or forensic science refers to the study or the application of science for legal purposes. So it's really this idea of forum. It's the idea of litigation. So you're going to be exchanging ideas and views, usually within a judicial justice system. You're going to be aiding in investigation, solving crimes, litigation, and all those other things listed there. If you're interested in this side, this more has to do with forensic anthropology, policing, chemistry, toxicology, fingerprint analysis, all of those things there. That is really what forensics focuses on. Now, we mainly focus on what is called forensic psychology. So we are all studying to earn, hopefully, or pursuing a doctorate in clinical psychology to become clinical psychologist. So one specialty within this broader field is forensic psychology. And this is the integration of not only our expertise in psychology, but also with the law. So one role that you could participate in is this application of research, assessment skills that you'll learn, and expert testimony to answer psycholegal questions. And if you look down at the bottom, there are just some examples of psycholegal questions. So for example, within criminal side, you could be talking about insanity, competency, violent risk, civil, there's civil commitment, disability, child custody, and so on. So that's kind of one side, is the more evaluative piece. The other side is providing therapeutic interventions to a correctional population. So more of like a therapist, counselor kind of role. So for those interested in that kind of work, the forensic clinical work, you could expect to work in a correctional facility, working with police departments, administering court-mandated treatments, at an inpatient or an outpatient facility. If you are interested in anything on the right side, so anything under the forensic psychology bracket, that is what our group focuses on. So if anything is really popping up for you, I highly encourage continuing this video and joining our group. So what's our mission? What is this lab's mission? What's our goal? So like every other research group, we are going to be doing research projects either individually or together, kind of collaboratively. But in addition to that, because we're a generalist program, we wanted to create sort of this outlet or create this group to provide supplemental forensic training and mentorship for students who are interested in joining the field of forensic psychology. So whether you're an evaluator or want to be an evaluator or you want to be a clinician, This group is structured to give you the knowledge that you need to be competitive. Generalist programs, they're great. I highly recommend them. That's why I chose this school. But it also lacks in specific forensic knowledge other than some of the electives that we have that focus on it. So joining this group can really give you an edge to not only learn the basics, but make you competitive, learn about all the different sites that you can apply to, train at, and also just build a network, build a forensically driven community at the school that hopefully you can have for a lifetime. So, like I said, the group focuses on research, but it also focuses and emphasizes training and practice and mentorship. So what do I mean by training? Training really focuses on just the discussion and presentation of forensic ideas, forensic topics, usually driven by lab interest. We also do a lot of training on the forensic assessment instruments. So specifically, if you want to do the evaluations, you will have to learn these. And the assessment courses don't necessarily give you an intro to this. They teach you how to administer and attest. But once you have that foundational knowledge, we can then build on that and start to learn forensic assessments. Other things that we do, of course, research. In addition to the research projects, we include partnership with forensic psychologists in the field. So at Antioch or outside of Antioch, again, increasing our network, building that community. We do journal clubs, reviewing newly published articles. We analyze case law. So like I was saying earlier, forensic psychology is that integration of law and psychology. So if you have that basic knowledge of the law and case law relevant to you, you'll be that much more competitive. Now, for practice, what does this mean? Mentorship. That's really what we're focusing on. Mentorship, guidance, career guidance, and advice, specifically from our director and people within her network, so that you get the best advice out there from the people who you want to emulate. So not only that, you can kind of conceptualize, bounce off ideas, what's the differences in the roles of not only a clinical psychologist, but a forensic evaluator, a forensic clinical psychologist. You can do consultation. And we also do mock trials. So if this is something that you want to do because you want to learn how to be an expert witness or be an expert in the field, you can learn this. You can learn about cross-examination and questioning and what that looks like, and also court etiquette. What are our lab interests right now? What are our lab topics? So there's 12 kind of major things that we're focusing on right now, but obviously this is subject to change depending on the topics that you want to focus on. But a lot of the ones right now, at least, is the specialty guidelines, how it's different than the guidelines, the ethical guidelines of just a clinical psychologist. They're a little bit different if you want to become a forensic psychologist. Learning forensic assessments, the psychopathology within forensic populations that you normally see, cultural considerations in forensic psychology, so integrating that social justice within this realm. What is forensic neuropsychology, the specialty within the specialty, and just so many more. So obviously, although it's a specialty, it's vast and there's so much information, and kind of building your awareness to this early on makes you that much more competitive later when you go apply. And so who's our research team? Who will you be working with? Here's our director here, Dr. Katharine McIntyre. She is obviously well equipped for this. You can see her bio. Great mentor, great researcher, and you'll just learn so much from her. You also have our research coordinator right now, myself as the doctoral research fellow, and the research assistant there, as well as all of our other current research members. So you'll see that there's just so many different students from multiple different cohorts, and we would just love to have you as well. So if you're interested, join us. If you have any questions, email us. Here is our director's email, but feel free to send us any questions. If you're interested, feel free to join us, and we are looking forward to having you. So it was great to talk to you all today. Have a great rest of your day.